technical difficulties here.
Shake the baby, shake the baby, shake
Okay.
the baby.
Ouch. I think it's going. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so today we're doing enchiladas. I have the chicken's ready to go. I don't know if you guys had your chicken ready to go or not. I thought about getting just a chicken from Wenco and doing it that way, but my lovely friend here, my camera girl Rachel, hopped in here and got my chicken going. So it's good to have good friends. Okay, so I got some water going here so we can pull our chiles out and spices and stuff to get it going for the chile part of it. Because as you know, that has to boil for about, 10 minutes or so. I put a little bit of cominos in. And we're going to start with the New Mexico peppers and the pasilla guajillo. My 1.5-year-old is pulling shit out of my cupboard. He's going to build a fort with cans, watch, and later he's going to want us to go play with them. You can join us if you want, but I don't recommend it. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and do 4 chile pasillas and 2 New Mexico and 2 of the guajillo. Sorry, I'm just pulling them out of my spice drawer. Gabriel, that's a no-no, puppy. Don't do it. Please, thank you, gracias.
How damn cute he is.
Thank you. Wait, say hi, everybody. I like to drive my mama nuts. So I put a couple of peppercorns, whole peppercorns in, just for the flavoring. He didn't take a nap today. I mean, he did in the car while I was running around my errands, but so which means now he's not. We're gonna have a fun time today, folks. Okay, we're gonna throw a garlic and a half in, depending on how big your garlic is. You son of a turkey's uncle. That sounded kind of southern. So we're gonna do a couple of. I did a large one and a medium small for as far as garlic goes. I'm gonna throw a little bit of oregano in there. You guys, sorry. You don't have to do oregano. You can do oh my god. You can do cilantro if you want, or for those folks that don't like cilantro or oregano, I do have a few that don't. So you guys can put in like basil or any kind of little greenery. Well, not every kind of greenery, but you know what I mean, right?
Mota.
Hey! He's pulling out the surprise already. At the end of this, guys, I have an itty-bitty little surprise for you guys. So, we are going to get this going. So I actually like to cut my chicken in big chunks, so people can actually eat chicken, not just pulled apart. Most of the time we shred it. Like if my husband's helping me, I'm like, hey, shred this really quick, and he'll go ahead and do it. So we got that going here, and I'm going to get a little bit of the white distilled vinegar, which is what I like to use.
No.
I put a tomato base down because I didn't have that many tomatoes this morning. And I wasn't going to go to the store for just tomatoes. Turkey. Oh my god. This cutie. Beso. Beso, beso, beso. Chingada tu madre, pues. Oh, my bad, bro. Okay. So, this is where most people messes up. They tend to do like half of a cup or a cup of vinegar. It's not that much. I like it a little stronger, so I put 2 or 3 lidfuls. But you don't need that much because it is really strong. And the vinegar is what gives that Enchiladas Mexicanas that certain flavor that they have. So, so that's all you need with the vinegar. We already added all of the spices. And the peppers are cooking. Then we're going to blend those and mix it with the tomato base. It's just tomato sauce. Or, I know... I'm not even going to worry about that today. That's the kind of day I had. And we're going to... So you can already smell the vinegar mixing up with that tomato. Oh, I was saying, so some people like it a little spicier, so you can do like this, the base of the salsa del pato, or anything that has pepper in it, because remember, the peppers that we use most of the time in here are for color, a little bit of texture. Hey, these are for. I just want to dance now. Shame on you, Gabriel. All right, y'all, I'm back. Okay, so while those peppers and stuff are cooking, we can pull the other stuff apart. I have the chicken ready. I'm just gonna, I'm using cotija today. That's usually what we use. And then we're just gonna cut up the lettuce, tomato, and onion. It's gonna be really quick today because enchiladas are pretty fast. And basically what we're going to do is once that tomato base and the hot sauce is ready to go, the salsa mix, we're going to mix them together, and then we're going to get the oil out to be able to fry the tortillas a little bit. What we do with that is we dip it in the sauce and then in the oil. I'll be right back. Don't even think about it. Oh my Lord. Here. Here. Get out of here. No, you out of here. Yeah, he thinks he's funny today. This is why we do this when he's usually napping, by the way. But you know, it can never be perfect. Oh my God, Niño. I love you with all of my heart. Oh wait, the half, because the other half is your brother's. Oh, and then the husband's half. I got a lot of heart. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to do this in a quick chopper. The cotija cheese will just squish it apart, kind of. I mean, I have used the cheese grater before, but I mean, it comes out finer. But since you do want it in, you know, a good flavor in the enchiladas, so in medium big chunks is fine. You can just pull it apart with your fingers. If you got like tendonitis or arthritis like us old folks, you probably are going to need some help. Kids are great for stuff like that. Except for my 1.5-year-old. He'll probably eat it. Or put it in his diaper. But anyways.
Unknown caller.
I really want to pick that up right now and be like, well, most people know what I answer when I get unknown calls, but let's not do that on this live one because it's a little naughty. Okay, so I got some cheese going, and we're going to cut the tomatoes in big circles, or if you like them in little slivers, however you want to do. The reason we're doing that for is for the garnish on top once the enchiladas are done. Because this does have so many vegetables in it, I usually don't serve it with vegetables. Sometimes with rice and beans, if, you know, depending on how many tortillas I have in the house or whatever. But I like to really put on the sour cream and tomatoes and stuff on top. Oh, you know what I forgot was avocado. That would have been a perfect one on top. He'll be fine. He's messing with the cardboard from the stuff I was doing last night there. I worked until about 11 o'clock last night. And these boys. So with the garnishes, I do like to go a little thinner. Get yourself a really good knife, and please be careful when you're cutting. Just because it looks prettier, because you can put more on top. And it's easier to eat the onion as well. Everybody knows, well, at least the people that know me that I cook, they know I love the sweet white onion. I'll occasionally use the purple for garnishes because of the pretty color, but otherwise the flavor of the white, it's sweet, it's a little, you know, you can tell it's onion, but it's not as bad as, what is it, I'm trying to remember, the big yellow one that makes everybody cry. Yeah. So anyways, Gabriel, honey, he's getting into Aiden's and Jessica's stuff. You're gonna get a fresh one in front of life. Yeah, get over here then. Oops. A fresh one, I mean a fresh water. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about too. Okay, I'm gonna take the ugly layers off the lettuce here real quick. and cut a couple corners really quick it was drying out and getting a little brown from last time I used it. So excuse me for uno segundo. I like to use it really pretty. You can do all this prep work ahead of time, and if you put the lettuce in cold water in the fridge, it won't go brown, as long as it's completely covered in water. And the right before you're going to use it, just strain it, and it's perfect to use. I was going to start some of this last night, but I figured since it is something that's pretty quick, as long as you have the chicken ready to go, and like I said, I'm all for cutting corners. So go yourself to Winco or Albertsons or Freddy's or Safeway, wherever you like to go to get your get yourself a whole chicken. You know, they're flavored good. You don't have to worry about putting salt or anything on them. And you have to worry about sitting there, you know, oh, did the water boil off or something? You have to run in there and put more in, you know. Just, hey, grab a big chicken, you're set to go. Only what, like $5-10? See, you're set. Okay, so we have our cheese, we have our lettuce, tomato, onion, a barrel. Oh, Lord. The patience is not enough today. My eye's twitching. I'm just kidding. I love him. I love him. I really do. Nah, he's cool. If I hadn't been doing the video, I'd let him go to town. I'd give him all the bottles. But, you know, we're doing something. So come on, guys. Chill out for a second. Anyways, these peppers are nice and soft. And I'm going to go ahead and blend them so I can mix them in because the tomato sauce base that we put vinegar and stuff in, it's actually boiling really nice and it's ready to go. And so I'm going to turn that down about halfway so we can start blending our peppers. And then we will taste the sauce to see how it's doing, okay? You can put a little bit of the juice to blend it easier so it's not so hard to blend it. Otherwise, it's going to be like a really hard paste, and it does take longer to blend.
Gato.
Especially me, that I got an old-ass blender.
Gato.
Since the time that I exploded my blender, did I tell you guys about? I think I did, didn't I? And so I haven't had a new one since then. That was like, how old is Esteban? Esteban will be 7 in July. And I was pregnant with him, so it's been over 7 years, guys, since I got a new blender, so maybe it's time to explode another one. Can you imagine if I did something on that live? Something like that? I'm going to tell my husband, I'm sorry, sir, it exploded. I'm going to throw a little bit of water out because I put too much in here. That way I can blend this easier. Really quick, guys.
No. Hot. No.
Gabriel.
No.
He can't reach it, but get the park out of here. Boy, I'm gonna... Oh, never mind. I won't say that out loud. That's a little inappropriate.
Not on camera.
Although it would be a little funny. Okay. This is where I open up the top a little bit. Kind of shield yourself a itty bitty bit. Because it's hot, it builds up steam and pressure on the inside. And it can pop the top off. So I just leave it on the side a little bit so you don't get burnt if a little bit of hot water comes up. And then just go ahead and turn it on.
Oh my God.
Okay. So that's perfect. Like I said, you don't need very long because it's hot and really soft. And all the liquid that you put in. So that's all you need. Put it in with your tomato base. And you're ready to go as far as that part goes. Let me move this. We're going to get a frying pan really quick. So we can put oil in it. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to put the tortilla. I didn't make tortillas last night or earlier. I was going to, but I got really busy here running some errands for stuff that I'm doing. And And so we're just going to use store-bought ones. But they're still good. Don't hate. They're still good. Like I said, let's cut corners, ladies. We don't have, you know, that much time every day to be cooking. So I put the chile base in here, and you see that really luscious burgundy brown color. That's the color you want. It's going to start boiling, and you want it to boil just a couple minutes. Go ahead and taste that. Make sure it has enough salt. See, that's perfect. Okay.
No. You are sticker.
He's a turkey.
Nope.
Okay, so in my other pot or pan that I put in on the stove where I took the boiling chiles off, I'm putting some oil. And you want to do it, I want to say maybe like a 1/4 of an inch. We're going to fry a few, so you just want to make sure that they're going to be completely covered in that. And I know people do it both ways. I've known people to do it both ways. That sounds funny. But my favorite way to do it is to dip the cold tortilla in the sauce and then fry it. A lot of people do it vice versa, so they'll put it in that oil and then in the sauce and take it out. I don't know why, I like the deep frying the salsa, that flavor that it gets really good. So we got the cumin and peppercorns and oregano, salt, pepper, garlic, all of our spices in that one sauce. We got the cut up chicken. We pulled apart some cotija cheese. You guys can use cheddar, Monterey, whatever cheese you like is your favorite. Little Esteban loves enchiladas too, but he won't eat them with the cotija cheese. I don't know why the combo makes him, I don't know if it's the texture, I don't know. But he likes me, I'll make them with cheddar instead. But when he eats regular tacos, like when I make fresh tortillas, and he's like, I just want quesadillas, he wants the Mexican cheese. So I'm like, you never know with that kid. Okay, this is where I'm going to switch my spatulas to metal, because we're going to be getting into the oil with this, okay? So this has been boiling for a couple of minutes, and we are going to actually turn it to about 2 or 3. You just want that to simmer. Because once it cooks the tortilla warmed up really quick to hold on a good amount of sauce on there, we're just going to throw it in the oil, and that's how they're going to cook. Then we're going to wrap up the enchiladas and garnish them, and we'll be set for today. It's a quick, easy dinner. A lot of people kind of freak out and get a little intimidated when they do enchiladas because they don't realize as long as you have your instruction, you know what you're doing, it's actually one of the most easiest things to do. Get it kind of quick out there. How are we doing on time?
Good. 2:41.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm going to get a big plate. Don't be ashamed. We're going to get a little dirty with our hands here. And then I got a surprise for you guys. So, actually I'm going to move this one so I can start boiling water. So it'll be faster.
Shoot. Shoot. Shoot.
Okay, so our oil's a little hot here. You can tell it's smoking a little bit. So we're gonna dip. I suggest you use tongs or whatever you want. I'm putting my fingers in because I'm a weirdo. You're just gonna dip your tortilla in the salsa and then put it in the oil. Be really careful. Like I said, use your tongs, okay? And they cook really fast. You just watch it a little bit. It's gonna cook. Then you're gonna flip it and keep going process. You can stack them on top of each other. I find it is easier. To do them as they're coming out. Even though they're hot, it's easier for you to roll them.
Oh, that kid.
All right. I hope you guys' day's been going good. Mine was a little hectic today. I ended up having an early appointment with the doctor, and then started running around errands for the day. So I actually got home not too long before we started this video. So that's why it came kind of a little crazy hopping in, you know? Okay, so as you can see, the tortillas in the oil, they cook really quick. It only takes them about, you know, a minute and a half to 2 minutes. You also don't want to turn them too fast because they'll break really easy and then you can't roll them. So I'm going to actually move this the other way. I want that one with the oil and this one with the pepper. Now, really quick, you want to put the tortilla on its back. That's the first, second. Okay, I'm just going to start with those couple ones. I'm going to throw a couple in because you can do it. I usually do it fresh as people are getting ready to eat because then that way they're nice and hot. You could always do it ahead of time, leave them in the oven and, you know, keep them warm. Put myself in the way so the baby doesn't come this way, you know. And so let's put a few more down. So you're dipping them in your sauce and out in the oil. And this is what they look like afterwards. They look like a dark red, burgundy, almost brown. And of course they were deep fried, so they have that fried quality. Get your piece of chicken or your shredded chicken, whatever it is that you had. And if you like chicken, put all you want in it. If you want a little bit, just put a little bit. You're fine, however you want to do this. And you're going to put some cheese in there. Oh my gosh, I forgot one of the main parts. Now you get some vinegar, salt, pepper really quick, guys. Let me do a mix. It's the oregano sauce that you put on the inside of it. So we're going to do some, oop, that was a little fast. I want to say about a tablespoon, because this you're just going to put a little bit in there anyway. I grind it up between my hands so it can be a little easier. And then a little bit of salt, pepper, and I want to say salt, half of a teaspoon. Pepper, a quarter of a teaspoon. Just, that's okay, just let it go for it. I put an itty bitty bit of water in there, and now go ahead and do about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Okay, I'm going to come over here and flip these real quick because we also don't want them to get too hard and then we won't be able to fold them. So you kind of got to time it. It's every few minutes, every couple minutes, because you also don't want to flip them too soon where they're just going to fall apart and you won't be able to, you know, fold them. Okay, so you have that vinegar, water, black pepper, salt, and oregano mix. Some people like to put lime in it. I'm not gonna today. I have no idea where my limes are at. Also, some people like to put like pepper flakes in it. I'm not going to. I don't like too spicy. So anyways, so over the cheese and the chicken, you just want to drizzle as much as if that person likes vinegar. You know, go ahead and drizzle more. If not, just a little bit's fine. And you're gonna roll that up and pull it back.
No.
You want to put the bottom roll where the tortilla closes to the bottom because that'll help it stay shut for the next one. You're going to get a fresh one, Gabriel. Anyways, here's our next piece of chicken. And quesito. A little bit of I don't know what you call the oregano mix. So here I got 2. I'm going to go pull the next 3 out and we'll be done with this. With this itty bitty little piece of it because I have a surprise for you guys. No. That's my wallet, bro. No, you're gonna get cut for shit like that.
Gabriel.
He's fine. He won't do it.
Come on, puppy.
I know where he lives.
Thank you.
Okay. So as you can see, these got a little crispier because I left them on there a little longer than I should have. But I'm okay with that. Who doesn't like crispy, right? Here's our chicken, our cheese, a little bit of oregano and stuff. I'm going to ask you guys to be really careful because they are really hot as soon as they come out of the oil. So please, please, please be careful. So there we got that one. And here's the next one over. We got, let's do some more chicken. We like cheese. We like a protein.
Oh,
Lisa Esteban. Mama, where's my protein? I'm like, finish your broccoli. It got protein in it. Okay. Gabriel. Okay. So we've done assembled a whole plate of enchiladas, okay? Now we're going to garnish them. You can garnish them any way you like. This is the way I do it, okay? So I like to put sour cream down first because it helps it tune down the spiciness if it's a little spicy. And it also helps hold the lettuce and vegetables in. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon or a little more if you're, whoever you're making for it likes it. Mama, you're going to get smacked,
He
Gabriel.
won't let me
I mean,
put down.
kissed. We like sour cream, so I'm just going to spread all over everything. Get a good little handful of your lettuce and just kind of put it on top. Just pile it. Let's do tomato first because it's a darker color than the white than the onion. And so we're just going to do that. And then a little bit of onion on top. And then if you have avocado, throw some slices on top. It's wonderful. And then I'm going to do some more cheese on top. And here's your enchiladas, guys. Beautiful. Okay, here's my surprise for you guys. Since it's the weekend before Valentine's Day, I want to show you guys a quick tutorial how to make chocolate covered strawberries. It's really easy, really quick. And then that way, you save yourself, you know, because they're what, about $3-4 a piece. And you can, you know, the chocolate that you can use, it's about $2-3 at Winco. I've seen it at Walmart for like $2-3 as well. And the strawberries, you know, if you get the organic, it's $5-6. If you get the, you know, the regular unorganic stuff, it's what, like $3 or $4 at this time, I believe. So we're going to put a pot on the stove so it can start boiling because we're going to do a double burner. A boiler. The bottom has to boil, and then we'll turn it down a little bit so it can stay simmered, so it can stay hot. We don't want to touch our top layer. You can use glass or metal. I'm going to use metal because I don't know where my glass one is right now. You want some kiki, baby? You want some kiki? Mira, yum yum. Chicken? Like, screw you. Screw your chicken, Mom. I want the enchiladas. So anyways, because you want that to stay really hot, but it's not supposed to touch the water from underneath. If you do that, your chocolate is going to harden. It's going to get really bad. It's going to get pasty, and you're not going to be able to work with it. So I'll show you what I'm using right now. Yeah, mi amore. Here. Come on. It's like, what the hell is this? Okay, so the chocolate I use, it's really inexpensive stuff. It's the stuff that's easier to melt. You can use candy melts, or you can I use almond bark. I use the chocolate and the white chocolate. It's what we're going to use today. That way we can go back and forth with that stuff. Let me move our lettuce and tomatoes out of the way. I'm just going to put them in a quick baggie on top of it and in the fridge because I'm going to, you know, finish making dinner when the husband gets home. And of course, wear the bags so you can keep it, you know, when you need them. There they are. You never know in this house. We got little people that tend to move things around on me. Little people. My husband's not so tall too, so 3 little people apart from me. Okay, veggies in the fridge. Getting really hot. Come on, buddy. I need you really, really hot. I guess I could move this stuff out of the way real quick. You're gonna need a wax paper or parchment paper Or I'm going to use silicone mat because I actually ran out of parchment paper here a couple of days ago when I made my friend Karina, hello Karina, some macarons for her birthday. So, let me, I need to put that on my shopping list. So, I'm actually going to use the back of my silicone of the, of my baking sheet, of my macaron baking sheet. It'll make them come off really easily once they're nice and cooled off. And I'm actually going to put them on a platter that we can just easily take off and put in the fridge afterwards. It gives them about 5 minutes to set, as long as it's cold in there. So, excuse me. We have already washed and dried our strawberries. We're going to grab a pile of toothpicks. People don't use toothpicks. Sometimes they just grab the stems of the strawberries and go for it. I prefer the toothpicks. It's easier for me to handle and to roll them around and to cover them in chocolate. So, here's our nice and dry strawberries. Ta-da! We're just going to stick a toothpick in them to have those ready to go for when the chocolate starts to melt. I'm going to cover that up so it can start boiling faster. I don't know why I didn't think about that sooner, guys. And if I was driving like a maniac by you on the freeway, I apologize. I was trying to get home. I'm just kidding. I wasn't driving crazy. It just seemed like I was. He's putting water from his little drinking can into that other drinking can. And then drinking it. What a weirdo. I love kids. They have their own little mind, their own little worlds. Kind of like me. Kind of weird, but whatever. If I'm ever talking to any of you guys, I just broke a toothpick. Who does that? Okay. I think that's all I want to do to them today. Sometimes I'll put candies on them, like Crunch Up a Heath bar, or like a Butterfinger bar or something. And oh, you can dip them in once the chocolate's hot, and they're so yummy. So this is just one box of strawberries. So we're gonna do this really quick and just a little bit of them. I did feel a little bit of moisture on some of them, so I'm gonna grab a few napkins and finish drying them off. The reason, especially if you do this a night or two before Valentine's Day, so you can, you know, hide them or just have them ready so you don't have to do, you know, a ton of things on Valentine's Day. You don't want that moisture in there because that'll make the chocolate all, well, the chocolate won't get weird, but there'll be liquid in between the chocolate and the strawberry when you get it out of the fridge. So you want to make sure that they're nice and dry. Like I said, I'm going to use a metal top. Oh, see, that strawberry was a little, that one's really ripe. I don't know if I want to use that one because the toothpick didn't go in it right. No, I'm not going to use that one. See that strawberry? I poked 5 holes in it and it won't hold the, see? It's because they're really ripe. Which is good. I wanted them like that for tonight because we're going to, you know, eat them today. And you can get them a little harder if you, you know, take a couple of days or however. Let me. Yeah, Gabriel. He's mad because he can't drink the water out of there. Oh, baby. Pobrecito, me han querido solo.
Get it? Get it? Go get it.
So I forgot to feed the fish yesterday.
To get aside.
So like late last night, Esteban's like, you know, when he's, we were talking about the fishes, and he's like, Mom, did you feed the fishes? And I'm like, of course I did. I mean, you know, of course I fed the fishes. No, I didn't, by the way. I ran over here and had to feed those fishes so fast because I was like, no, I didn't feed the fishes, you know? That was his baby. That was supposed to be his job. Whatever. Okay, so the water's starting to simmer up now, which means it is getting hot enough to be able to melt that chocolate. Like I said, you can use glass. That way you can see where the water's at and it's easier to go through it. I'm using metal. Metal's also a conductor. It gets hot really quick. I don't know where my glass one is. That's my favorite one to use, though. Excuse me. You're going to land one of those on your toes, bro. Go. Here, you want a straw, baby? Yum, yum, yum. Here, actually, let me take that off because you're wearing white. That's not a good idea with straw babies. Woohoo! Here. Hold on. Here you go. Yum, yum. This is awesome. Okay, it's getting a little hot. We're going to go ahead and start with the almond bar, the dark chocolate one. And this melts really quickly. And like I said, I'm only going to do a few so you can see what they look like at the moment. And when you melt the top one, the white, to do the little lines back and forth, you can use a smaller pot. It's easier to. I like to break them apart because it's easier and faster to melt them. I'm going to start a smaller one on the other side so we can do the little white lines. Where's my little pot? I'm talking about a little pot and I can't find it. Thank you. Yeah, we're having issues today. How can it before we do That means it's 3 o'clock and we gotta get going for our baby soon from the
Bus.
For the bus, yes. He's really liking that strawberry. Look at him. Yum, yum. Just kidding, I spoke too soon. He threw it on the floor and it rolls, so it's funny. I'm gonna have to mop my floors again. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. My favorite spatula to use is the silicone. And this is gonna help you move the chocolate around so it melts faster. So, as you can see, I would use a hot pad for this because it's flipping hot. And just move to the side a little bit so you can kind of see it's starting to roll down, they're melting. So if you press them around and kind of move them like you would, I'm trying to think what you would press down and move like that. I don't even know. I don't even know what you press down and move like that. So just press it down and move it so it can keep melting. And then you can always go under and over because that gets a hot chocolate on top too and gets everything melted. And this is going to melt really quickly. And then we can cover our strawberries. And I might have to do pictures of those because my #1 priority is to go get my baby from the autobus. So, Gabriel, silly baby. So I don't have any olive oil today. I guess you could use regular vegetable oil. A lot of people put an itty bitty little bit when they start out with the chocolate, so it gives it's like a glossier, shiny kind of, or maybe I should really quick. Nah. But anyways, it gives it a shinier snap. I'm using milk chocolate today, but typically my favorite thing to use is like the dark chocolate, like the 70 to 79 cocoa. It's like, oh, I like the dark chocolate. Milk chocolate's alright, but I'm not, the biggest fan. But the dark chocolate stuff, my favorite's the Ghirardelli and, I mean, I guess the Hershey's Special Dark could pass too, but, okay, so moving that around, that melted pretty darn quick, so you gotta be careful because it'll burn fast too. And, no, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Oh, you naughty baby. Oi, please be careful when you're doing this. I've done this many times, and I swear I burned myself at least one time, at least once, every single time I do it. So you can hear the water boiling now at the bottom, and there's still a couple chunks in there, so it's just going to take it another minute, and then we're going to go to cover strawberries, and then in a little while, I will do the light chocolate, and then that way I can do their little lines. The way you do that, you can use like a Ziploc bag, one of the really strong ones, so when the white chocolate's cooling off a little bit, not too much because you still need it to be a little hot. And again, use pot holders and everything you need to protect yourself. I don't want you guys burning yourself trying to, you know, make something sweet for your lover. I mean, for your husband. And I guess that would be the same thing, right?
Mm.
And just be really careful because the chocolate gets really hot. I'm talking about like, I'm going to take layers off your skin hot, you know. Okay, so there's the chocolate. It's almost ready. You want it to kind of, when you pick it up and you bring it over, you want it to kind of slide down like ribbons. That's how hot it's going to get, and that's how you want it to be nice and melty. I like the candy melts because they come in different colors. So then you can always do that top layer a certain color. Because it's hard to color white chocolate. I mean, I've done it before. But it's a lot of work. And if you don't do it right, it will stop the chocolate from melting and it gets chunky. And it's horrible. It's a horrible mess is what it is. Okay, you see how that's starting to come down better? So, ow, that steam. I'm going to go ahead and, got chocolate everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the pot. Strawberries, 310, 305. It's a 305.
305.
Okay, so chocolate's melty. We're ready to go. I'm gonna move this aside really quick. Actually, I could probably use the same colored chocolate. We'll figure it out. So I'm gonna grab this. Gabriel, be nice, Papa. And move this aside really quick. You want to grab your strawberry. Firm one, and then just kind of go in there and move it around, and that's going to get that pretty layer of chocolate on top, and then just put it on your parchment paper or silicone mat or whatever you have, and that's going to give it that pretty little
No.
Ooh. And you got to do this really quick because it cools off fast too. So, the faster you do it, the better. That's why I like to have the strawberries prepared. Otherwise, the chocolate starts getting really thick. And when you bite into it, it's really hard to because it is really thick. And as you guys saw, those big old chunks of chocolate that we were putting in, they're pretty freaking big. So, they can solidify pretty quickly. That's enough. We'll do half a dozen for now. But anyways, yeah, in a whole box, you get a whole dozen of these. You know? Come on. Okay, I'm going to leave it up here just so it can stay melty. And you want to mix it every little while. I'm going to turn that one off. I'm going to take a picture of this when we're done, guys, because we got to go get our babies. But in the meantime, this is our starting point with our strawberries, okay? Once we're done, we're going to get the white little lines going through them, and then we'll put them in the fridge to cool off 5 to 10 minutes. And once they're completely solidified, then we can take the sticks off, and you guys can package them up in pretty little paper or boxes, whatever, put ribbons on that, and give it to your honey. Okay, we're set. We're done with enchiladas today, guys. Done with dessert. I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Don't forget to call your friend that's single because a lot of those times are really sad, and all they need is a phone call or a text message to tell them I love you because we love our friends too, okay? Bye, guys. Thank you.